Hey there, it's Samantha Moe. You are going to like this message if you're looking for some tips on how to survive the holidays. So I realize that it's only early November. Halloween just came and went, but now is the time to start thinking about how to conserve your energy because you're going to be stretched pretty thin if you're anything like I am around the holiday season. So in order to give you this tip for saving your sanity, I want to share a little story with you. A year ago, when my niece was 3 years old, it was her first time trick or treating, and her parents taught her step by step how the process works. So when she got to her first house and she rang that doorbell, guess what she said? Not trick or treat. She looked at the woman square in the eye and she said, "Give me some candy. I want a whole bunch." See, this little girl, it was her first time learning how to go trick or treating. And so while she had the foundation down, she didn't actually know how to execute it properly according to our adult rules. Of course, everybody had a good laugh. I'm still laughing about it a year later. And I want to use this example to help you get through the holiday season. When you're experiencing challenging behaviors with your kids, particularly if they're upper elementary school, middle school, high school, what we do is we forget that there are still some skills that they don't have solidly under their belt, particularly if you're struggling to help your child with their homework. Maybe they lack organization skills. Maybe they do their homework and they don't actually turn it in at school, so they're docked points. Rather than getting in an argument with them, I want you to consider the fact that turning in schoolwork and learning how to organize your time and be responsible is still a skill that kids need to learn. Boy, I remember getting really good at homework by the time I was in college. It took me a long time in order to get good at it. So rather than looking at behaviors as something where your child lacks responsibility or they lack respect or they lack maturity, which is just going to take you down that negative downward spiral if you communicate with your child from that perspective, I want you to consider that this is a skill that they still need support in learning. So talk to them and their teacher to figure out a step-by-step plan, whether that's for turning homework in or taking breaks or breaking homework down into chunks so that your child can be successful. Please consider that this is a skill, and the best way to teach a skill is through loving attention and repetition. I get it, when your kid's older, you feel like you've already said it 1,000 or 100,000 times. And the truth of the matter is, if your child has ADHD, sensory processing disorder, autism, or even giftedness, it's really common that this repetition is needed for teaching new skills. So share a comment below. We would love to hear what kind of skills you know your child needs to work on and you can support them with. Remember, what you do matters. How you communicate with your child shapes their self-esteem and shapes their success in the very areas you want them to develop skills in, such as responsibility and independence and respect. Hope you enjoyed this week's Mad to Glad parenting tip, and we'll catch you next time.